What's up, everybody? I'm AD.
And I'm Cherie, and welcome back to episode 8.
Episode 8, let's go.
IBL, we're on a mission. Controversial discussion. From family edition to money to marriage and it's FJ. In between the lines.
Girl, yes, we're going to talk about it all. Family, blended family, how hard it was for us to blend together. We're going to talk about money. We're even going to talk about emotional affairs, girl. I can't wait.
Man, we on a roll.
I'm just so proud of us.
Consistency is key
Yes,
here, right?
It really is.
Episode 8.
How
Come
y'all
on.
feeling out there?
Yeah, I hope you guys have been enjoying the episodes. Actually, we know some of you are because you've been hitting us up and
Yeah, we've been
texting
getting
us.
some
And
dope testimonials from people just saying, some singles. We're having impact with the singles. And
even though we're talking about marriage,
yeah, we're hoping though that the singles can really eat this up, and y'all can just do better than we did. That's our
real talk.
hope. You know what I mean?
Real talk.
Like for
Real
real.
talk, yeah.
Like
Come
if y'all
on.
can just take what we are, sharing. Again, it's not always going to be this pretty picture template of us teaching you how we walk things out, perfectly, right? But the reality is you can learn from the mistakes of our life.
Yeah, you can learn. We
The
pray that
story
you learn.
of our lives.
Yeah, well, not only that, we hope that you're getting some principles and something that you may be able to identify to help you out, but we hope that you are enjoying it with some humor.
Yes.
We're just being ourselves, and the other thing is we're hoping that us being ourselves is encouraging you to do whatever you are called to do and just be yourself.
By using your most authentic self.
Yeah.
Like, what does that look like without you trying to emulate or be like someone else?
Yeah.
Right? Because the world needs to see the real you.
The world needs to see you real you.
All right, so
Come on,
I
let's
got
go.
a random question.
Here we go. Random question. Do you have it?
Why you always get nervous with my random questions?
That's good.
I want to know, do you think that we don't do a lot of bringing in natural events or events that are happening in the world into IBL, but would you consider doing an episode kind of dissecting some of the things that are happening with the Will and Jada Smith relationships?
Man, so
Not in the form of gossip, but more like, let's dissect this. Let's try to give, an in between the line perspective on some of the things that we're seeing.
I like it. I do like it. I like our stories better. Only because we're able to flow from experience. I'm open for it. Long as we stay in between the lines.
Yeah, and in between the lines is we're not going to get into gossip, but I think it'd be a fun episode.
I'm going to say let's do it.
All right, let's try. We'll try it.
Put in the comments, y'all, if y'all want us to do that.
Yeah, I think it'd be funny. Anyway, we have a hot topic for you guys today. And the topic of today we're going to talk about is the pitfalls of social media.
The pitfalls of social media. This can get a little
funny.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, social media is very relevant, right? It's marketing, businesses, it's everything.
It's everything,
right? It's the new newspaper. It's the new Channel 6 News. And so relationships and how our interpersonal relationships and perspectives of ourselves, perspectives of the world and others. Typically, they say, studies show, goes through the filters of social media.
Social media, yeah.
And so as it connects to relationships and marriage, I want to read you guys something, and then we're going to kind of dig into some pitfalls of social media that we want you guys to utilize social media as a tool, but it should not be a tool to break your relationship, right? So a study published in Computers and Human Behavior found a link between social media use and decreased marriage quality in every model analyzed. The study results predict that people who do not use social media are 11% happier than in their marriages than people that regularly use social media. So we're going to talk about that. And then here's a part 2 of that study. It says that the social media effects on relationships, statistics show that this is crazy, 1 in every divorce now involves
7 divorces.
Oh, sorry, babe. Thank you. 1 in 7 divorce now involves social media. Also, they have learned from the study that the use of social media is contributing to infidelity, jealousy, conflicts, and even divorce and separation. Facebook is killing marriages out here in these streets.
Not just Facebook.
Instagram, TikTok is killing you waited your whole life to get married. You finally beat the odds, found somebody that you actually want to marry, and you love them, and you start a relationship and a life with them, and you download social media, and it destroys your marriage.
It destroys your marriage.
What the heck is going on?
Social media.
Social media. All right, let's dig into this a little bit because some of the causes of it, let's talk about the first thing. It says one of the causes of social media contributes to an increased amount of infidelity. Like, what is that? Like, what the heck?
I think it comes from the number one thing we all get caught up doing. Scrolling.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Right.
Right?
Right.
It's the scrolling. And so, man, infidelity through social media, because social media
is
the new hookup.
I was going to say it's the ultimate hookup site, right? Because you can, now they have so many apps that hide stuff. Like back in the day, back in the day, it was harder to cheat because I'm going to say growing up in high school, in the beginning of college years, we didn't have cell phones.
No.
We didn't have the internet. We didn't have any of the social media apps out there. So if you were going to cheat, you actually had to physically meet someone.
Meet somebody,
right?
Yep.
And then you exchange phone numbers, and then you had to wait to go home to call them. And so if you're constantly in your boyfriend, girlfriend, or wife and husband's space, which is home, it's harder to cheat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But nowadays, you could be having a full-fledged relationship with somebody in China.
Social media. Real talk.
You could be having a long-distance relationship with somebody in California and you live in Delaware. Y'all can be FaceTiming. Y'all can be intimately connected through photos, videos, name it.
I know some people that have caused a wedge in their marriages because of it. Because of social media.
What was this like? Don't tell don't say who it was.
I would never do that.
Yeah, but what was the story?
I know stories of people. I know people, and it's the wife has caught the husband on social media, or the mistress reached out to the wife.
That is happening too, because so back in the day, so now everything is posted, right?
Yeah.
So we like on social media, we out on our date and everything is like, selfie time, and then I post it. But then if you dating somebody, we're not gonna use you. We'll use somebody else. We'll use somebody else. So like if you're in a relationship with somebody and you go out to dinner, you're gonna post that on social media, which now is open to everyone. All you need is a friend of a friend of a friend to be like, wait a minute. Ain't that Joe from, such and such?
Church.
Ain't he dating Becky? We're always going to use Joe and Becky.
Becky's famous.
Becky is famous. But ain't he dating Becky? And so you find out quicker. Right? The connections, what they say, you're only 7 people away from knowing someone in the whole wide world, right? So 7 degrees of separation. Yeah. But social media makes that degree of separation even smaller, right? So let's talk about, so one of the things it says, social media is contributing to infidelity, right? Which I feel like if it's in your heart to do it, social media is just a tool to make it easier. Period, right? Like whether you
open door.
It's just an open door, and it's easy. It's easy access. Right? So that's easy. But then the next thing, it contributes to increased amount of jealousy.
Let's talk about that though.
I
jealousy. So jealousy in the marriage or jealousy overall?
So really, if you really do a study on jealousy it really should be envy. It really should be increased amount of envy, because if you really break down what jealousy means, it's a little bit different than envy.
Yeah.
But an increased amount of envy, meaning that, because jealousy is like, there's a three chord here. There's three people, and there's an involvement. But a lot of times you're on social media and you're being exposed to the fake lives of people that they only want to show you the best of themselves, right?
Yeah.
And so they're showing you their highlights of their life, going on vacation, taking the kids to the park, everybody's so cute and dressed up, or date nights, right? Or, oh my God, look, he bought me this bag, or whatever. So if those things aren't
buy your bag.
You did just buy me. He brought me a nice bag too. If those things aren't happening for you, and you're just constantly watching it all day, it breeds contempt, and it also breeds the spirit of envy. Because it's just it's like constantly looking at someone that has something that you desire,
but it's fake. So a lot of it is fake. Not all of it. A lot of it is fake, though.
Well,
so you're desiring the fake life of someone else.
Yeah, but you're not even thinking about it that way. Like most people don't. Most people aren't like, we arguing today. They're not gonna go live showing that. They're gonna go live when you you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not gonna pull up their phone when they're arguing. They're not gonna pull up their phone when they're stressed. They're not gonna pull up their phone when they can't get out the bed.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna pull up their phone and show bills they can't pay.
Yeah.
They're gonna pull up their phone when it's the best part of their lives, right? Which it's natural to do, but it's a mirage. There's always bad with good.
It's called marketing.
It's called building your own brand, right? And so envy, social media is a window into the lives of millions of people, so to speak, that normally if you were not on it, you would not be thinking about it.
No.
You wouldn't be confronted with, oh my God, I've been trying to have a baby, and oh my gosh, every time I scroll, there's babies everywhere. Or, oh my gosh, everybody's getting married and I'm not even engaged yet. It just kind of is like a window. And it could be a very unhealthy window into the lives of others it's none of your business. I mean, I'm serious. Some of the reasons why we're suffering with jealousy and envy, because we nosy.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we nosy. We need to shut it off and start building the life that we desire versus spending hours a day admiring the life of others.
Yeah, I think it's something what you said. If we back up, like, you don't even have to leave your house to engage in a relationship or possible relationship with someone in a whole nother country. Right? And especially if you're one who travels.
And be in love, honey. And feel like you in love with somebody.
A whole fantasy, a whole life.
Be happening, Jesus. So, social media is contributing to infidelity, jealousy, conflicts. I know this. Matter of fact, in the city of Wilmington, we were speaking to some of the police officials, and they were saying that a lot of the youth chaos and a lot of the youth, even murders and fights in school, are derived from conflicts from online. What you comment on my girl's post, or why you like my man's picture. I don't even know. I don't know what it is, but it is an increased amount of conflicts. Think about not even conflicts of just conflicts of arguments, of views. Someone posts on social media, that they're a Biden supporter. Then the friend's like, well, coming at them. And then somebody posts they're a Trump supporter. And then somebody's coming. Like, it's a cesspool of too much information, allowing everyone to share their opinions, even their unsolicited opinions.
This question may be way out too far, and definitely somewhere else. But it's like sometimes you think, was it designed to create chaos? Well,
I think it is, because think about it. Like the news is designed to project negativity. Because negative news sells. People don't want to sit all day. It's sad, but there's a part of us and humanity that likes negative news or runs to bad things like, oh my God, what this happened. Oh my God, did you hear such and such divorce? Or oh my God, you hear such and such cheat on this person. And so I believe the creative minds behind these social media platforms, if it's not that, then it's the influence, it's beauty, it's the sex sale. So it's like that is one draw, but then you have conflicts also draws a lot of attention.
It's true, because you could put two situations up in front of a person, like on TV, and say, all right, say if a person have a television here and a television in front of them, and on the other side, one television is saying such and such is giving away turkeys down on Madison Street. Oh my God, did you hear such and such got killed on Bennett Street?
Which one? What, Bennett?
Yeah.
Like, nobody want to see no turkey giveaway. I ain't gonna even lie.
But it's true.
I ain't gonna even lie. Like, I would have failed that test because I would have been like, nobody want to watch somebody give away turkeys.
But we are more inclined to be, pulled into negativity. And
so if you are on social media a lot, hey, I want to challenge you guys. I put this timer on my because I use social media to, like, we share IBL stuff.
Yeah.
I might do something encouraging, and then I try to hop off. But there was a point where I was kind of bored. You find yourself kind of doing that, like, I don't mind scrolling.
Can't
sleep at night or something. And
driving
just like,
in your car.
Yeah. Ooh. And that I don't mind driving, the I don't mind driving. Babe, the I don't mind, and you just kind of just scrolling, you know what I'm saying? And you'll find that it'd be an hour later that you just literally wasted your life.
A
whole hour of your life that you can't get back. And so I put this app on my phone where it kind of like shuts off. You have to put in a code to go into any social media app on my phone. And it gives you an opportunity to think twice. Like, do I really need to go on Facebook? No, because I posted today.
Yeah.
But there is a real thing. Like, people are now addicted to social media.
Yeah.
So let's talk about something else as it connects to marriages, because let's go to some pitfalls.
Okay.
One of the studies I was watching and looking into was that the reason why social media is also being linked to a declining quality of marriages and relationships because people aren't present.
Yeah.
And so, like, you're really having a conversation with the person through their head being engrossed in their phone.
Right. Not present.
Just not present.
Yeah. I see that a lot. I've done that myself.
I think we all have.
Yeah. You know what I mean? No, real talk, where someone's talking to you and you're still looking down and you're going, but you're looking.
And you don't know what you just committed to.
Yeah. No,
admitted to.
Or admitted to.
Wait, what did I just admit to?
Especially if the kids are asking you for something.
Yup. Kids are good. They're so good at it. They're like, they're preoccupied. Can I do this? Can I go outside? Can I do this?
Yeah. Can I go to the mall and use your card?
What's the detriments of the lack of being present in a marriage or a relationship?
Say it again.
Well, let's talk about the detriments of not being present.
Well, I think one of the biggest things is just that, in the way of not being present, where your spouse may feel like they don't have your attention.
Yeah.
Right.
And they feel like they're playing like second fiddle too.
Yeah, absolutely. Because to be honest with you, bad news, social media, to be addicted to it, it needs not only your eyes to see and your mentals, but there's an emotional piece that's connected to it.
Yeah.
And if you're emotionally, mentally connected to social media, so to the point where your spouse feels like when they're talking to you, they don't have your undivided attention.
Yeah.
You're emotionally disconnected at that moment. And it could be a serious situation. It could be something that causes so many issues in the marriage, to where maybe envy, maybe jealousy, maybe all these things can creep in. And sometimes we're so engrossed in what we're doing in social media that even if someone brings it up to us, we'll be like, no, I'm not always, I'm not on social media.
See yourself.
Yeah, you don't see yourself.
But this is what I was going to say is for you to go on your phone, and your phone would tell you how much time you're spending on social media.
Yeah.
And I ain't going to lie. One day I did that and I was like, I suck. Like, I am a horrible person. It was a while ago.
You're not a horrible person,
no.
Mommy.
I'm being dramatic. But like, what I'm a slouch. Like,
I hear you.
And this was a while ago, but it was like hours throughout the day. You don't realize it. Like, now I do question some of the data because if you leave it open in the background, it's still calculating.
That's true.
I never close my apps. So, but for me, anything over 15, 20 minutes, for real, like the time that it takes for you to post, I think that we should be using social media as a marketing tool or a tool of encouragement. Right. We should be, I want to encourage you guys.
And a tool to connect.
In a good way. Okay. And a tool to connect, but let's put some parameters around that connection, right? Right, we'll talk about that last. But a tool for marketing, if you have a business, you have a ministry, boom, this is what we're doing. This is what we're offering. Here's where we are. A tool to connect maybe from the perspective of, hey, like we do it with City of Love Church. We have a youth service, hey, come, right? So it's marketing. So that's one thing. But the other thing is, I don't think this is just me. There's no study. I'm not a psychologist. But I feel like anything, the time it takes for you to maybe respond to a couple comments on a post that you did, but all of that, you can get that wrapped up in 20 minutes, right?
I mean, less than that.
Yeah. But I want to challenge you guys, IBF family, for you to first look at your phones and tally up the amount of time in a day that you're on social media.
Right.
Boom. Secondly, can you get down to 20 minutes a day? Right. Some of y'all may say, well, I'm not on it, so you're good. But
test yourself by thinking of how you just felt after she said 20 minutes a day.
Exactly. Like if you was like, she tripping, or if that little spirit rolls up, then you know that you may have an issue. And I'm talking about like mindless scrolling stuff. I'm not talking about like an IBL podcast. Right, because that's technically on social media, YouTube. But we're talking about mindless scrolling, looking at people's posts, nothing that's really feeding you, right? Podcasts and things like that are different. But still being mindful and present with that too, because nowadays people have earbuds, they're walking around the house and they listening to stuff, and you're in a house with people, but you're really not in the house with people.
You're not present.
You're not present. And so I could do that because I could be walking around the house with music on all day.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it if you need space to yourself, if you're thinking, reflecting. I get it. I understand that.
It just shouldn't be a lifestyle.
It shouldn't be a lifestyle, but I was going to make a comment about something else that I don't end up doing it. Go ahead. Okay.
So the other thing, another pitfall, excuse me, of social media that is really tearing up marriages is them DMs. I think we could talk about the DMs ourselves. We got a couple personal stories about the DMs.
Let's talk about it.
Wives, do you check your husband's DMs?
Husbands, do you check your wives' DMs?
Do y'all feel like that's okay to do?
We need y'all to put this in the comments. Do you do this?
Do you think it's okay to check your husband? I check my husband's DMs.
Now watch this. Listen. Do you feel that your spouse is invading your personal space by checking your DMs? We're asking them.
Oh, we asking them? I think we could talk about it too, because
we are going to talk about it.
Okay.
Let's go.
So, do y'all feel like if your spouse checks your DMs, your Facebook or whatever, I don't know what platform you guys are on, that they don't trust you? Is that a sign they don't trust you?
Well, does your spouse have access? Meaning they know your passcode.
Oh, let's start there.
We need to start there. Gotta go back. Yeah.
So do y'all share passcodes? Like, can at any moment your wife, husband pick up the phone and go into all your social media accounts? And
we're gonna go deeper.
Okay.
iPhone now, I don't know about Android. iPhone now allows you, Android may do it, but allows you to use face recognition.
Yeah.
But you can do more than one face.
Does your wife face unlock your social media?
Does your husband's face
I know,
unlock your social media? Both. It's both.
Yeah. Does your spouse's face unlock your social media?
Ooh.
Yo, that's crazy. I think that's the ultimate as it connects to this topic, not the ultimate in relationship, but I think that if you have a problem with your spouse being able to have access to those places, I don't know. I ain't trying to get nobody in no hot water, but I kind of have a problem with you having a problem not wanting your spouse in those places.
We are on the same page. We're on the same page. I think it's something. I have a problem. I would have a problem if you had a problem,
right?
That I wanted access to that space.
Right, like you should be like. I think you at one point I had my Facebook on your phone, so you could go into my
Facebook on your phone.
Yeah, and so you can go into my instant messages or vice versa, right? Yeah. So, but to me, it would be a big red flag if you were like, I don't think that's necessary. It may not be necessary. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it because I will say, here's what I'm gonna say. I think
where
that
we going with this?
Listen to what I'm saying, because I remember the seasons where I was checking your inboxes was because it also is a sign. I'm going to say for me, where a lot of the relationships that I had in the past, there was infidelity. Not that I was married, but there was like cheating, right? And so, and there was a point even in our marriage in the middle, like even though you never cheated on me, I still was like, shoot, anything can happen at any time, and I ain't gonna be boo-boo the fool, so I'm just gonna check to make sure. So I used to live like that. I used to live like
in fear.
It is a fear.
That's a fear.
It is a fear-driven, 100% fear.
Yeah.
And it's you got to get healing from the past, and then I think you need to trust the person. So if you guys have felt that, or you can relate to that, it may not be the person you're with has given you cause to not trust them, but maybe what you've seen in the past, or maybe little things that you feel that your husband or wife struggles with is kind of like a little red flag where you like, I need to check and make sure everything is good.
And we're not talking about the slick willy people. Excuse me, guys. These slick willy people that has social media. Oh, I don't have a problem with my wife having, but you got this secret one.
We talk about all the accounts. The private view.
You got one in your name, and then you got one in something you made up.
In your middle name.
Right. Right. And your great grandma's maiden name after, as a last name.
Yeah.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about the real deal stuff here.
Yeah.
Right.
So one of the pitfalls that relationships or people in relationships argue over is here's simple things like this. Like, well, all right, we're going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff. One is slow scrolling.
Okay. Yes. Okay. I understand what you mean.
All right. So you scrolling and, and you're
you slow as molasses.
No, like you fast on everything else, and you see Shamar Moore, and all of a sudden you like slow on that thing. You like, and you see Idris Elba, you like, and then you see Pee Wee Herman, you like, boom, boom, boom.
He died, babe.
Oh,
Come
sorry, I didn't mean that. He died, babe. I'm thinking of somebody that somebody wouldn't be attracted to. I don't know. Pee Wee Herman. I don't know. Who? I don't know.
Pause.
Okay.
Pause.
All right. I don't know.
Move on.
You see whoever you ain't attracted to, and it's like you got a fast finger, but all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, with Michael B. Jordan, you be like,
girl, you are telling on yourself.
I ain't telling on myself.
Got you.
I'm talking about all the women. I'm talking about the men that women like.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, wait, all the men that women like. Or whatever, that people find attractive.
Yeah.
I find these people attractive, but what I'm saying is that now we're going to flip it. Like men are visually charged, right? And so women are too, because we did talk about that. Yeah. So, you're scrolling and, oh, that's not funny. And then you pause. That, I don't know, that just makes me feel like chopping off thumbs. I ain't gonna lie. I just feel like chopping off thumbs. Like.
But this is the stuff that gets you in trouble.
This is the stuff that gets you in trouble,
This
right?
is the stuff that gets you in trouble.
The slow scroll,
Yeah.
right? I think it also gets you in trouble with yourself, because here's why social media is so dangerous. You can literally be scrolling and it'd be like a funny video of a lady falling down a hill, right? And the next thing, I mean, I don't know why I said that was funny, but I don't know. I'm just saying. And then the next thing you see is Big Booty Judy twerking.
But it's real. Now,
So I want to question marriages, in relationships. Is it worth it? Because, like, I question whether or not social media now is the next Playboy, is the new Playboy magazine, right? Where, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really soft porn.
Yeah, I mean,
and some of it ain't even soft. It's like medium porn.
Boom. Yeah, I heard that whatever's you're scrolling and in your feed,
then you'll see it.
It's stuff that's connected to things you may have searched for.
Sometimes, but not all the time.
I heard. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I heard that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, because at one point I was. This is when it first came out, the Red Table Talk.
Yeah.
So I used to watch that a little bit, and then for some reason, every time I would go on Google, it was always something about the Will Smith and their family, and I never understood that. And if you stop and you read the article, then they're like, "Oh, she likes the Will Smith family, so we're just gonna bring her more information." So depending on what you search, you're right. Depending on what you search, what you read, the algorithm.
So if there's soft porn, no.
Well, I think the algorithm was like, oh, he was on that picture 2.5 seconds versus like, let's present more booty.
Yeah.
I think that here's the question though, like 1 in 7 people are divorcing because of it. Like, it seems stupid.
Yeah.
Like, why aren't we just deleting it?
Social media?
Yes. Like, okay, like if Mio and I
why do we feel like we need it?
Well,
some people feel like they...
Because a lot of people have FOMO, fear of missing out, right? And then some people are like, you're not going to control me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to... But here's my thing. Is it worth it? Like, is it... Like, if we ever got to the point where we're literally arguing, which is the dumbest thing in the world, if we start arguing over Facebook or Instagram... I just think it's the stupidest thing in the world. I just think it's a waste of air.
It's not worth it.
Like, y'all, it's not real. I don't know. I just have this righteous indignation. It is not worth it. Like, if your spouse is insecure about your social media, your spouse feels like your scrolling behaviors are unhealthy, whether it's because you're looking at things you shouldn't be looking at, more than likely, if your spouse is saying it, you probably are, right? I'm serious. Like, unless you have a cuckoo, they just making something up. But most people are saying it because they're like, "What is this?" Right? Like, why are you looking at this?
Yeah.
Or why are you responding to this? Or I know for females, men are constantly in your DMs. Like, I have to be careful even on Facebook. So on Facebook, you'll get a friend request. And now what I was doing, like, I go look at their page, kind of see what they're about before I accept them.
Right.
And then, so sometimes you be like, oh, they seem sane. You know what I mean?
They know some people I
know.
know.
There's some mutual friends. All right, boom. And then all of a sudden, you get the ones where it's like, hello. I unfriend them and block them. That's weird. Don't do that. Y'all don't do that.
We got one that was trolling you for a minute.
Oh my God, he's still on there. He's still my friend. So there's this. Oh, he's my friend. I'm not gonna say his name, but I have a friend, and I don't know who he is.
He's not your friend.
I know, I'm being funny, but like, if it don't matter what I put, he gonna be the first person that like it, and then so.
Oh, you're beautiful, Sheree.
Yeah.
Oh, you pretty, Sheree.
He's a fan. I got a fan, y'all. But my husband was like, "What's this person like in every picture? Like every."
He don't like none of the pictures. I'm in it with you. When I'm in the picture with you, he don't like them.
We get pictures together. He be like, pass, and then I'll post something with just me or something like that. He be like, oh, you look
so as you be the one, he be like, blah, blah, blah.
And you was like, he whatever. I don't even know who he is, but. Those kind of things we kind of talk and we laugh about. But if it ever were to be a problem, I blocked people in the past.
Yeah, but you got a lot of people who ain't into that because and this is real talk, they don't check to see if these people are real people are good people because they're looking to build their numbers.
Yeah, and I'm not looking to build
for
my
followers or friend requests.
I'm not looking, especially on Facebook. I mean, subscribers on YouTube. Everybody can follow. Let's go. We try to get to 100 subscribers.
We about there, y'all.
All of them, the crazies, whatever, whoever will follow.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon.
And share this video. Listen, so here's the thing. So we talked about staying out of the DMs.
Yeah.
And there has been times in the past where I remember like you would snippet like a DM. I remember the instance where this is when we were pastoring in Philly, and a young lady, she was inboxing you for prayer. And, I think you were like, oh, I remember you, small little talk or whatever. And she's like, yeah, can you pray about this and that and this? And at some point you said, all right, yeah, reach out to my wife, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is another story. This is not anybody we've referenced in the last videos.
Right.
And so I remember at some point, like she just kept inboxing you, right? Yeah. So I said, I'm going to inbox her. Sorry. So I inboxed her and was like, I noticed that you're, inboxing Pastor Arnold through Facebook. We don't communicate that way. If you would like prayer, I can assign you to, some of the female people on the prayer team. I'll be happy to pray with you, blah, blah, blah. And she was basically like, who are you? Why are you, basically
you ain't tell me all that.
Yeah. Remember I told you, it went back and forth. It went back and forth. She wanted, and then she would inbox you again. And then I ended up going in his inbox and was like, this is his wife. Like, and then we ended up blocking her.
I remember.
We ended up blocking her because it literally went back and forth.
Yeah.
So culturally, there's a lot of people that have these cultural blurring of the lines where they feel like it's okay to inbox somebody on Facebook and ask for prayer of the opposite sex. I personally don't think that's appropriate.
Here's what you did, what you just displayed, and how you explained it. It kind of goes back to one of the points of our previous episodes. This is a way allowing your spouse in that space helps cover you.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so good.
It does help cover you. And then there's times like, like times in the past where we had discussions about, I personally don't like DMs. I don't like, and y'all can say that I'm not jealous because I'm not a jealous person, but I don't think that women should be inboxing married men asking them nothing. I think that
vice versa, yeah.
And I don't think married men should be. I don't care what it is. I don't care. I think that you should. It's just I don't know. For me, it's a stigma, and it's like the DMs are just like a private message, and I'm okay if you add me to that chat. It's like the chat, the text threads or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I usually, if I'm talking to a male, I'll add you to the text thread. Yeah. I think it should be done the same way. I don't know
DMs.
What y'all thinking? Like if you DMing somebody and they're the opposite sex. Are you, bringing your wife or your husband into that group chat? I personally think you should. I don't know. Y'all might think I'm old fashioned, and I am a little bit, but I just think that, again, it always really goes back to boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like the moment you lower your boundaries is the moment that the enemy encroaches and you find yourself in hot water and you're like, how did I get here?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
I just know me. I'm gonna have a problem if I go on his message and he having a whole he ha 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 relationship ha ha about what? About what? What are we talking about? What are we laughing at? What are we doing? What are we doing? I mean, what are we doing?
He ha
ha. So that's me. So I usually create a group chat or I don't respond. Or if it's something like, hey, I would like to come to this event. I'm literally the answer is going to be, here's an email. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So let's move on. So stay out of the opposite sexes.
I like this one.
DMs. Be careful and mindful who and how often you're liking someone else's posts.
A female, the opposite sex, though. So that's what we're talking about in marriage.
Why you like Becky's? Like, wait a minute. Becky's sitting there like, and half of the women all seductress and all stuff all like propped up. And if I'm telling you right now, I'm telling y'all right now. I'm telling you right now. Oh, Jesus. Father, I just thank you, Jesus. You're so good. I'm telling you right now, if my husband, if you like somebody, it's gonna be a domestic violence.
Paul.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I tried to get you.
I'm sorry. Okay.
I don't want you to get started on that.
Okay. I feel very passionately about that, and same for me. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna use Idris Elba, because like if he's standing there like
he could get it too.
He can get it too, right? He's standing there like this.
No, not you. He can't get you.
No, I said he can get it.
You said he can get it too.
I did not say
That's what
that.
you just said.
No, not like that. Meaning he can get it from you. Like he can get.
He can get it from me.
Like,
False.
He can get boxed. He can get dealt with. He can get stepped to. That's what I'm talking about. So what I am saying is he's standing like this with his 6-pack. You know what I'm saying?
How you know he got a 6-pack?
I don't know. Well, I know Michael B. Jordan got 6-pack.
Okay.
Let's use him as, because Creed. We watched Creed.
Oh, that's the only way you would have to say.
How else would I know? So let's say he on there and stand there. I don't think I should be liking Mike. I don't think I should be hearting that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, what y'all think? I don't think as a married woman, I should not be hearting that. Now, as a married woman, I do got eyes. You know, in my mind, okay, he's attractive. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Right? Practice this. And make sure it's the same rhythm. Don't be like... Because your husband watching.
He looking.
You going like this or everything else. Also, that thumb goes slow. He going to be like,
what you doing? What you looking at?
But in all seriousness, I think we should be mindful of how often, right? Because...
we shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, I think we just have to be so careful, guys. Like think about social media on that episode where we talked about boundaries and being in the room with someone and talking to them a very long time. We have to be careful of these things. Don't let your good be evil spoken of. Yeah. You know what I mean? Don't become a stumbling block in someone else's life. Don't open up a door for envy and jealousy in your relationship. Your wife's looking at you talking to this person for 30 minutes and you only gave her 3 words all day. Like, these are things that we have to be so mindful of, right? Yeah. So it's not really, social media is just the mechanism that these things are being exposed. It's not that social media destroys marriages. It's how people are utilizing the tool.
That's what I was going to say. That it should be used to build,
connect,
you know, advance your family hustle, whatever that is. Your business, right?
And can I connect this to something else too? Because a lot of y'all women are out here in these woods, and a lot of women are okay with their husbands and their boyfriends watching pornography. What the heck is going on in the world where y'all wives are okay with this? Now, I'm not talking about the ones that are not, but I am talking to wives and hearing wives say, well, I'd rather him watch pornography than be cheating or these things. Do you not know that we are so powerful as spiritual beings that you can create an emotional tie with a person on a screen to where they living in your house. The spirit of the thing is living in your marriage.
Renting free space in your mind.
Like, this women or men, hey, both, it can be opposite, but you know, wives, we should not be okay with our husbands. We should not be giving our husbands the okay to say, you know, to go whatever to a porno.
No matter what.
Hold them to a standard. Hold your spouse to a standard. Hold yourself to a standard, right? So that's the other thing, is be careful and mindful who and how often you're liking and commenting on someone's post. Yeah. Because like if you are constantly, you know, connecting to someone through the vehicle of social media, that could be another vehicle of emotional connection.
Listen, they are saying that studies is showing that social media is destroying marriages.
The behaviors.
It's destroying
That's
marriages.
just dumb. Like,
Yeah.
we're going to end up in divorce court because you refuse to delete your inbox, or you refuse to set boundaries on how you're communicating to, the opposite
Yeah.
sex, or allowing the opposite sex to communicate with you. It ain't worth it, y'all.
But that's connected to the boundaries we talked about.
It is.
Right?
It's completely. We didn't really talk about social media as it connects to that boundary episode, but for 100% sure, those same boundaries that you put in place that we talked about a couple weeks ago in person, those same boundaries translate into social media for sure. These are things, guys, that are going to help safeguard your relationship in your life. The question is it worth your marriage? Is whatever you're about to do, can it be perceived in any kind of way as, suggestive? Here's the other thing. I know we're talking about in the context of marriages, but there are times where, I don't know. There are times where Holy Spirit has literally told me to take a picture down. And it might have been me. Like, I'm not really a big selfie person. Like, the women these days, like, I don't understand it. Like, their videos are like, it look like y'all making love to the phone,
right.
the screen, and we're looking at you make love to the screen, and then you put at the bottom of it, Jesus loves you. Please stop doing that, because that's not really what you wanted to say. So I'm being real. Here's the other thing: there were moments in my life where I wanted validation.
Come on,
I wanted the likes. Matter of fact, I needed the likes.
Come on.
Right? Because it validated me. And so in those times, those were times where there might have been more selfies, or I spent an hour trying to find the best photo where the light hit my eyes and hit my little bronzer and made me look like Gabriel Union. And then I posted it.
You look better than...
Don't do that, baby. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And then you post it, and then you checking all day of how many people said you're beautiful.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Real
Maybe
talk.
this is me. I had those seasons, right?
This is what social media is doing to people.
This is what it's doing. And so, and so Holy Spirit, though, I love him, because the same Holy Spirit that will check you in other things, he will say to me, why did you post that? Why are you posting that?
Real talk.
Take that down.
Real talk.
Right? And so I want you guys to start asking yourself, why am I posting this? And it may expose that you are looking for some validation, and social media gives you a false sense of validation. Right? It gives you a false sense of belonging, of influence, of all of those things. But it's just if that's you, then it's just a revelation that you need to get some more healing. It's no condemnation, no shame. I've been there, I'm telling you. But we have to be careful, people of God. If you call yourself a child of God, we got our boobs, women. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of the seductress preachers with their cleavage on Facebook, and then it's he who dwells in the secret place of the Most High God scripture scrolling, and all I'm looking at is your cleavage. I mean, what are we doing? Are you selling the cleavage, or are you selling the encouragement through the word of God? And I'm sorry,
disgusting.
as a woman, it's blasphemous.
It's disgusting.
It is blasphemous at this point. I just don't understand how we are taking something as holy as the word of God and slapping it on a butt. I mean, I may be going a little too far. No, babe, they be like this. I'm looking at their backside.
Don't you stand up.
I'm not going to stand up, because then I'll be just as bad as they are. And they like this. And then, if all you looking at, they big booty, right? And then it'll say, he's a keeper. Who? Are you talking about God, Jehovah? Or are you talking who? Like, y'all, listen, if this is you, I want you to go back to your social media. I double dare you. I double two-dog dare you to delete those posts. Because I promise you, when we looked at them, I said, touch her Jesus, deliver her Jesus. It was not an encouragement.
No.
It was, she looking for validation. My God, she don't know who she is.
Yeah.
She looking for a man. Because I promise you, We not inviting you to our night of holy convocation. And you not laying hands on our youth. When you got delivered from the spirit of perversion, you know perversion.
That's another topic.
I know we're getting a whole nother topic, but it's still in the context of social media, baby.
It is.
It's still in the context of social media. So we have to be careful, guys. Sometimes we're not getting validation from our spouses, right? Your husband don't tell you maybe you're beautiful enough. And send him this episode, because husband, tell her she's beautiful.
Do I tell you?
Every day, babe. Every day. Tell her she's beautiful. Affirm her. Wives, tell your husbands they're beautiful. I mean, not beautiful. They're handsome. You know what I'm saying? All these things, right? And so that way when she get on Facebook and Tony Tyrone says she beautiful.
Yo, you got some names.
I got some names. Tony Tyrone is like, oh, you look beautiful, or I be reading people's stuff. They be like, oh, I like how the sun hit your eyes. What?
Crickets.
It's crickets. But so be careful and mindful, y'all, on how often you are liking the opposite sex post. Why? You can read something and be blessed by it. You don't always have to like it. You don't always have to, acknowledge it. You don't always have to comment. There are people like, my husband is a pastor. And we know a lot of people, and he make a comment. And there are times I'm like, don't comment on that. Don't comment on that page. Don't. Comment on that page one more time. On that page one more time. Do it again. Do it again. And so
you need to stop.
It's gonna be a problem. So question to yourself, is it worth it? Men, women, you need to question, you thinking that because it's social media and it ain't Playboy app, that it's okay, but the reality is Instagram and all TikTok and all this has really become soft porn. So if you are finding yourself scrolling slow, or you're finding yourself with stuck images from social media that you're being reminded of throughout the day, you may want to contemplate shutting it down. I'm serious, right? And then we talked about also ask yourself, why am I posting this? I mean, if it's not like marketing or a word of encouragement without the boobs, without the butt, you know what I'm saying? You can get a nice little quote app, or you can get a nice sensible picture, but we don't want to see your body parts next to a scripture any longer. No. High five? Can we agree to that? High five.
So 1 out of 7 marriages.
1 out of 7 marriages are being destroyed.
And this is the question. Here's another piece of homework before we end this one. Evaluate your marriage concerning social media and ask yourself, could this be us? Could this be us? Have you guys had some hiccups, some issues concerning around social media with your marriage? You got to ask yourself those questions, and then from there, you guys should sit down and just say, is it worth it? Do we need to, are you addicted to social media, or do we need to come off this? And sometimes, churches go on fast and they always use the Daniel fast, but fasting from social media is a real thing.
Yeah, I hear God saying eat the burger, but just come off social media. Like, we want to give up. I'm going to fast from food. No, honey, God said eat, right? He said eat well. But I want you to stop this.
Scrolling.
Stop scrolling. I'm for real. No, it's real. It's like we're gonna shove in the face of God that sacrifice that we want him to have. We be like, I'm gonna lose 50 pounds for you. He's like, no, gain the weight. Keep the weight. I'm gonna need that little picture that you have under your car.
Right. Under your what?
I don't know. I just had somebody. One of y'all must got a picture underneath their seat. DM him, don't DM me, but DM him. It's a male. They got a picture underneath.
Oh God, that's the prophetic flow. Listen. We're going.
It ain't your wife.
We're going to end.
Matter of fact, wives, go in your husband's car and look under the seat, and then DM me and let me know if that's you. God will reveal the secret things if you don't repent. Dead serious.
She's dead serious.
I saw it.
Listen, y'all. Listen, this is going to end this episode. I'm AD.
And I'm Cherie.
Thank you for checking out In Between the Lines. Till next time, peace. Hey, make sure you like and subscribe.
And hit that bell icon for more updates.